Can airplanes ever become zero emission? What if the airplane of the future produces almost no carbon emission? How can aviation become cleaner? Hydrogen, electric aircraft, or SAF? Tell us your choice in the comments. No jet fuel, no massive carbon footprint, just clean energy powering your flight. It sounds like science fiction, but engineers are already working on it. Today, aviation is facing one of its biggest challenges. Airplanes need an enormous amount of energy to fly long distances, and conventional jet fuel produces carbon dioxide when it burns. So the big question is, can airplanes ever become truly zero emission? There are three major technologies being developed right now: hydrogen aircraft, electric aircraft, and sustainable aviation fuel, also known as SAF. But each one has major advantages and major challenges. First, let's talk about hydrogen. Hydrogen can potentially power aircraft in two main ways. One approach is to burn hydrogen in a modified aircraft engine. Another is to use hydrogen in a fuel cell to produce electricity, which can power electric motors. The biggest advantage: when hydrogen is used in a fuel cell, the main direct emission is water vapor, not carbon dioxide. But there's a huge problem. Hydrogen takes up much more space than conventional jet fuel. That means aircraft would need specially designed tanks, usually storing hydrogen at extremely low temperatures or under high pressure. And those tanks are much more complicated than today's fuel tanks. So hydrogen could be especially promising for short and medium range aircraft, but long distance commercial flights are much harder. Then we have electric airplanes. Electric motors are highly efficient, quiet, and don't produce carbon dioxide during flight. The problem is the battery. Today's batteries simply don't store enough energy for a large passenger aircraft to fly hundreds or thousands of kilometers efficiently. A battery pack powerful enough for a large airliner would be extremely heavy. And in aviation, weight is everything. That's why electric aircraft are more realistic for smaller planes, short regional routes, and potentially air taxis. As battery technology improves, the range could increase, but replacing something like a Boeing 787 with a fully battery electric aircraft is still a massive engineering challenge. So what can airlines use before hydrogen and batteries are ready? That's where sustainable aviation fuel, or SAF, comes in. SAF can be produced from sources such as used cooking oils, agricultural waste, and other sustainable feedstocks. The important thing is that many types of SAF can be used in existing aircraft engines when blended according to approved standards. That means airlines don't necessarily need completely new airplanes to start reducing the carbon footprint of aviation. But SAF isn't a magic solution. Production is currently limited, and sustainable raw materials aren't unlimited. And while SAF can significantly reduce life cycle emissions compared with conventional fossil jet fuel, it doesn't mean the airplane produces zero emissions at the tailpipe. So, will airplanes ever become truly zero emission? The answer depends on what we mean by airplane. Small electric aircraft could become practical much sooner. Hydrogen could eventually play a role in regional and potentially larger aircraft. SAF can help reduce emissions from today's fleet, while new technologies are being developed. But for long-haul aviation, completely eliminating emissions is much more difficult. The future may not belong to just one technology. Instead, aviation could use different solutions for different distances: electric power for short flights, hydrogen for certain regional routes, and sustainable fuels for longer journey. The airplane of the future may look surprisingly similar to today's aircraft, but underneath the wings, the technology could be completely different. The real challenge isn't simply making an airplane fly without emissions. It's making it safe, affordable, efficient, and capable of carrying hundreds of passengers across the world. So, will we ever see a truly zero-emission airliner? The race to find out has already begun. If you enjoy Aviation Explained Simply, subscribe for more aviation stories, technology, and airline facts. Share your opinion about how aviation-affected environment can be decreased, what the process you want to apply,